You're in an accident. You feel fine, but decide to go to the ER anyway to get a checkup and make sure there's nothing wrong. You get there, you check in, you sit, you wait in the waiting room. Finally, they call you up. It's your turn. You go in, you get your blood pressure checked, your pulse, and you answer a couple questions about what happened. They take you in the back and they sit you in one of the rooms back there. And now you're sitting there and waiting for what feels like hours. The doctor comes in and asks you the same question of how you got here. He feels around to see if anything hurts. You tell him no. He tells you there's no pain, there's nothing to worry about. And to come back if something feels wrong. A feeling of relief comes over you, as you are glad that nothing is wrong. You go back home, and a few weeks later, there's a letter in the mail. Your hospital bill is $300 for basically just waiting. Why do hospitals charge this kind of price for the most basic care? The answer has to do with that little card that is in a lot of our wallets. Insurance is the reason why hospitals charge these ridiculous prices. But why? Isn't insurance the reason why we can bypass these prices and pay a lower cost for treatment? Sure, it is. But because they were the ones that set the high price to begin with. See, insurance is a good thing when it comes to most problems in society. Car insurance is great. If anything ever goes wrong with my car or I hit another, at least I know I'm not footing that $20,000 to $30,000 bill. House insurance is another one. The peace of mind of knowing that by only paying $200 a month, if my house ever burns down, I'll be provided another one free of charge. It goes this way for a variety of things, and this is why we love insurance. However, there's also a dark side of insurance that is ignored. Medical insurance is one of those. And you might argue that health insurance is just like those other things, in that you pay so that if you have a major operation, you're not stuck footing the bill. And it would make sense if the insurance that's helping you wasn't the reason you needed insurance in the first place. See, originally hospitals were a public service, and they charged reasonable prices for care, similar to how a store operates. You buy an item at the store, let's say a Gatorade, and the price is $2. Well, the store only spent $1 on that Gatorade and marked it up a little bit to make a profit. Hospitals work the same way. To make an IV bag is relatively cheap, about $5. So in the past, hospitals would charge you, let's say $7, a little markup to make a profit, but then insurances stepped in. Insurance wanted a discount on hospital prices so that people would have a reason to get the insurance. But hospital prices were so reasonable that there was no reason to give them a discount. But then insurances called up the hospital and they devised a little plan. Hospitals would charge a fake price to patients, but if the patient had insurance, then they would just get the regular price that the hospital would charge anyway. And then the hospitals took this idea and they made something called a charge master, which has all the prices that they will charge for a procedure. They started just hiking up prices. Now an IV bag of normal saline can cost up to $700. But if you have insurance, it is only $30. Such a huge discrepancy for what is just salt water. It doesn't cost $700 to make salt water, but they are charging you that much. If you have insurance, it is not your problem. Is that what you're thinking? Well, I hope you keep your insurance and never have any bad luck, because if you happen to lose your job, you lose your insurance. And if you get injured, then you're the one footing the bill for these fake prices the hospital is throwing at you. Good luck being in debt for the rest of your life because you had the audacity to go to the hospital for breaking a leg when you didn't have insurance. Well, if you do have insurance, I hope every hospital in your city is in your network. Because if you happen to go to a hospital out of your network, well, your insurance isn't paying anything. And anything can be out of network, from the ambulance that took you to the hospital, to the doctor that treated you, to the MRI machine that they use to scan your body, which is another way you get screwed on the bill. Now you're calling, fighting with your insurance because you don't understand why something so basic isn't covered. They don't have to listen to you, because what are you gonna do? Drop your insurance? Never, and they know that. There's a better way to do healthcare than the way we're doing it in America currently. There has been attempts to try to change it for the better, but all of those have either worked out terribly or fell on deaf ears. A universal option is really not that bad. The overall health of the country won't be so bad. We are the unhealthiest people when it comes to developed nations. Yet all we do is shit on universal healthcare as being bad. No, what's bad is being in debt for the rest of your life because you needed medical care, but you're one of the unlucky few that have no insurance, or your insurance doesn't cover what's wrong with you. But that's all for this one. Please subscribe to the channel and click on this one to see why statutory rape and child trafficking are legal in the US.